Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on the My Stock Journey channel. So, with the month coming to a close, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. The market's been really crazy. I've learned a lot, I've gained a lot of knowledge. What I wanted to do was go ahead and take a look at not only the stocks that I did buy today, I did buy a few more. We had a red day today, which, we're going to have those. We're going to have a lot of them coming up just with everything, trying to figure itself out, right? So I figured I not only would take a look at the stocks that I did buy today. I think I bought like 6 or 7 different stocks. I'm also going to go ahead and go over the stocks that I'm looking to buy in May, so maybe you guys can check them out yourselves, give me some feedback, let me know what you think, because these are going to be the ones that I'm looking to buy in the next upcoming days, weeks, stuff like that. So we will take a look at my portfolio here. We are on Robinhood. If you do recall, I only have one stock on another brokerage. That's with M1 Finance. I have like 70 shares of Stag Industrial on there, but nothing's really changed with them. They did release their earnings today. It did beat expectations, which is great. So I'm hoping for a green morning for Stag Industrial tomorrow. And yeah, so we will take a look at my portfolio here. So we'll start from the bottom. So just doing here, so I'm doing a little day trading on Bitcoin. I think I made like 30, 20, 25 bucks maybe, I don't know. But so we will take a step here at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola did go down a little bit today. It was originally like 49, went down to 46. I was like, hey, what the hey, it's Coca-Cola, might as well go ahead and pick up one more share, no problem. Coca-Cola is one that I'm a big fan of. I'm also a fan of PepsiCo, so just pick up a share here and there, and just stack up those Coca-Colas. Next, I did buy Bank of America. It's another one that I'm a super big fan of. Anytime I see an entry point for Bank of America, I do go in, just because it's one I have a lot of faith in. I really like how they're set up, and it's a stock that I do enjoy. And Main Street Capital is another one. It's another one that's just doing super well right now, especially considering what's going on. That also has a lot of room for growth, like a lot of room for growth. We'll go over that in a second. And yeah, so I picked up 4 more shares for them for $101. So I I did buy about a little under $200 worth of stocks today in those 3 companies. So now we will go look at my portfolio. And so what I was saying about Main Street Capital, just real quick, see if it will load here. So just taking a look at the room for growth that they do have, that's phenomenal. That's something that I really like in the long term. I think it's gonna reach those highs again one day further down, further down the line. I'm super excited to rake in that profit from that. So overall, before I get into the stocks that I'm buying next month, I did want to take a look at this month's return. So this is the money we made today, or this month, sorry. So yeah, so Microsoft was $30. I actually bought that like 3-4 days ago. So $30 in a couple of days is not too bad at all. Coca-Cola, we were breaking even for a little while, then it went up a little bit, and then it went back down. And so, Coca-Cola's been a little weird recently, but honestly, who cares? It's Coke. They're going to do fine in the long run, no problem. Bank of America, $52 in profit. Main Street Capital, $175. And Store Capital, this is my biggest holding. I think I have like $2,800 in them, and that return from this month, and I'm doing total return because I've just bought these stocks on Robinhood like less than a month ago, once I transferred from M1 Finance, and this has made me $560. So with all that being said, kind of going over that little monthly update, now I'm looking, what do I do next? What's my next move? Well, if we come to watch outs, the ones I'm watching out for, we can see that these are the 10 stocks that I'm looking to buy at some point soon. Okay, so I first started off with Walmart. Walmart's actually been doing phenomenally throughout this whole thing. I kind of did expect them to drop a lot more than they did, but I guess just in a broad sense, whenever people are stuck at home, they're using more groceries, they need more because they're at home more, and with that being said, Walmart is able to produce it and give it to them. So, let's see, I'll take a quick look at Walmart just to show you guys that even with all this stuff going on, they have not been doing too bad recently. It's actually wasn't that bad for them. But I mean, it went down a good bit for sure, but the recovery's been fine. We had this red day here, which honestly every stock did pretty much, so not too bad there. That's definitely what I'm looking to get into. I kind of want to get in a little bit lower than it's at, to be honest. I was kind of hoping for like the 115 mark or so. I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, around this mark. So if it does continue to follow this downtrend, I'm definitely going to buy in around 115 or so, and hopefully at some point we can start to reach these highs again, because honestly, it reached 132 recently, and that's very interesting to see because if you watch their 5-year trend, it's mostly up. So yeah, so Walmart is number one. Number two is going to be McDonald's. Everyone knows McDonald's, and pretty much everyone knows why I want McDonald's. It's another one of the dividend aristocrats, and I did forget to mention Walmart also is one, which is another reason that I'm buying. All of these are going to be dividend-paying stocks that I do think are going to have some room to grow and, pay off those dividends in the next 10, 20 years. So this is one, McDonald's, $2.69% yield for dividends. Not doing horribly throughout this whole thing. Definitely went down a little bit though, for sure. Lost a lot of the ground to gain from last year, but as you can see, it recovered almost 50% of all losses within the last month. So that's another one I'm looking to get into real soon. Honestly, it doesn't even have to go down, and I'm probably going to get into it within the next couple of weeks. Definitely if it stays around this 185 mark, I'll definitely get into it. Maybe get one or two shares. I'll definitely let you guys know on that. Now this is a different one. This is one that I didn't know much about up until the last couple weeks. It's one that I've definitely been paying a lot of attention to. And you can see here, it's just been, since all this started, just a really downward trend. But if you take a look here, it's actually not that bad. And the reason I'm looking at this one is more or less, it's less for the long term, potentially. There's a big chance that I do kind of like a medium long-term swing trade this one, just because they, specialize in renting out properties or retail stores, and we all know retail stores are getting hammered right now. But I do think as the market comes back alive, and I do think as society starts to get back out, that these different stores are going to be paying their rent more on time. They're going to be putting it more in, and I believe the value of this stock is going to go up probably back up to where it is, especially after that large increase. So it's definitely something I wanted a piece of. I'm only going to probably get like 4 or 5 shares and hopefully get, I don't know, I mean, it could be a potential 30-40% return on that investment and get out of it before then, because I don't see this company maybe in the next 15 years being as big, so probably going to get out of it. I don't know, maybe sometime towards the end of this year. So AT&T is another one that I've always wanted to get into. I just never found the right time, and it's not really much of a better time, obviously, here. AT&T is another one of the dividend aristocrats. It pays a super good dividend, 6.79% right now, and obviously that's attractive. I don't necessarily chase dividend yields. I don't chase those bigger dividends, but whenever a company does pay them super well, obviously I don't want to look away from that. So I think with the 5G stuff coming out, and 5G is probably going to be the next big thing in the phone industry and all that stuff, I do believe that AT&T is going to be a lead, a part of, definitely a big part of that. And so I think that'll definitely increase the value of their stocks and, the time to come. Plus the dividend is going to be amazing as well. Verizon, the same exact thing. A lot of people are going to have to upgrade their phones to be able to be compatible with the 5G. And with that being said, I do think Verizon's, earnings per share, and I believe like the amount of money they're bringing in is definitely going to increase because they're making more money, more people are upgrading because everyone's going to want the new 5G. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I definitely am looking at Verizon because that's a big one that is going to be there. And hey, a 4.25% dividend yield is also super amazing. I think it's like $2 and probably $2.50 or something like that. Per share, so that's also amazing. That's going to be a nice little check every couple months. And yeah, and lastly, actually 2 more. So Aflac's another one, another big one that I've been looking at recently. And now this might come as a surprise because I'm not really more into like the, like the financial protection services and all that. But Aflac's definitely one that I have checked out, and I did notice that they are, their business model is not bad at all. Their debt's not bad at all. And they're doing good things. It's actually very surprising. I wasn't expecting it whenever I started doing research on the company that they would actually be in such a good standing. But if you do check out their 5-year plan, it's actually very uptrendy, super consistent. You guys know I love consistency. And I do think that, like I said, when everything starts to rebound, these gains are going to reach those points. Maybe even here at some point this year. Very possible in my opinion. And so with that being said, I definitely wanted to pick up a few of those shares on that one, so I'll probably get like 6 or 7 of those. And I mean, hey, if this grows $10 per share, I'll happily take an extra $70 plus the 2.96 coming up on 3% dividend yield. So Absolutely, Aflac is that. And the last one, I'm actually not looking at Sirius XM anymore. Apple, I'm just kind of waiting on that price. But then one that I am looking very closely at is Waste Management. And I did talk about this in my maybe like 2-3 videos ago, that Waste Management's one of those companies that is on top of its game. That what it does, it's the best at, and it's very clear that it's the best. It's the most dominant waste management company that there is right now. And with that being said, as the population grows and there's more people every single day, we're gonna have more trash. More people are, being put in the same areas, and we're all living and getting overcrowded. That's gonna lead to increased garbage, increased waste. And Waste Management's on top of the game. They're gonna be the ones who are fueling that fire, and so getting it all up and doing that thing. And so that's why I'm definitely looking at Waste Management for a long run, long-term investment. And I know they were having some financial issues with their recycling sector, but I don't see that as being anything they can't overcome anytime soon. So I definitely do think they'll get that settled. And Waste Management is going to be, I think it's number 8 for the ones on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's number 8. That's the 8th stock that I'm looking to buy. And I'd like to get my hands on all of these before the end of next month, especially with some of the ex-dividend dates coming up. Hopefully start to get some of those dividends piled up. Since I did just buy a lot of the stocks that I have right here, I didn't meet a lot of the ex-dividend dates. I think I was behind like 10 days or something like that. So it will be a while before I get paid, especially if they're quarterly. But when that does happen, I'll make sure I, of course, show you guys what I'm getting paid from those and how much I'm racking up and reinvesting into different companies and that type of thing. And and as you did see earlier, I was doing a little fun little day trading. I think I did a call option on Bank of America like 2-3 days ago. I did make like a profit like $15-20 off that. I was day trading Bitcoin last night when it went up like $1,000. I made like $30-40 off that. That was lucky, I'm not even gonna lie. But if you guys do want to see little stuff like that here and there, definitely let me know down in the comment section. I'll absolutely record. I have no problem with that either. So if you guys did like this video, please go ahead and drop a like. And if you are new, go ahead and subscribe. It helps me out so much, and it helps me reach new audiences, and it lets me know you're new. If you have any suggestions for videos that you would like to see, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I'll probably see you guys in a day or two, and see you next time. Peace.